All right, Sam Rowley, Mike Rowley, back for summer break from University of Albany in upstate New York. Both boys graduated from the Knox Grammar in 2009 and 2012. Sam is going into his senior year and Mike is going into his sophomore year at the same school. Sam, what's the biggest differences between high school basketball in Australia and college basketball in America?
Probably athleticism. You play against a lot of guys that are true athletic specimens. They can jump, run, sprint. It's a little bit different. The style of play reflects that. They rely a lot more on their athleticism than their skill. So there's definitely a period of which you need to adapt to that style of play and that pace of game.
All right, and Mike, what have you found as the biggest challenge having your first year experience being over there compared to perhaps your last 12 months of high school at Knox?
I think it's just the overall standard. It's obviously a lot higher, and everyone's kind of takes basketball as seriously as you do, or even more serious in cases. So it was a big learning curve to see how serious people take it, and they really treat it like it's a profession.
How is the travelling aspect? Obviously, you guys play in different conferences and up and down the east coast of America, and sometimes over. Sam, is that a difficult thing to manage your time in regards to your balancing your studies out and your travel requirements?
Yeah, time management is everything. They treat you like adults, and that can be good and bad. And that you really have to take care of your own studies. So you really have to manage your time because you do miss quite a lot of school, being away on the road, travelling and things. So you really need to get your head around what your commitments are, when things are due, things like that. So despite a lot of guys wanting to be professional players and things, it's not. You do need to remember your studies and things like that.
Cool. A question for both of you. You're both obviously, Sam, you're in a bit slightly different situation now that you've chosen your major subjects. But Mike, have you decided what you think you'll go on to do post university in America?
Yeah, I'm pretty undecided what I'll do. Depends on, I think, how my next 3 years go in basketball. If I have a good last 3 years, I might try and keep playing. If not, I might try and take my business degree and just enter the workforce. All
right, and Sam, the same question?
Yeah, I'm looking to, if I have a good year this year, potentially play for a little bit, but also looking at graduate schools in New York. It's an interesting thing. A degree in New York is worth more in New York, so it makes sense to stay in that area. Certainly for a few years after you graduate. I think that's true of most places in the States. So that's certainly what we're looking to do.
Cool, and for both of you, I guess I'll start with you, Mike. Did you feel that the work that was done holistically as sort of developing as a student athlete within Knox and the KSA, did you think that was a good pathway, and did you feel prepared enough once you sort of hit the ground running in New York?
Yeah, I definitely... what Knox prepared you for, even though I was coming to a new place with a new curriculum, new school base, and how they approach things, I felt like I had a head start on everyone else. And just schooling in general in Australia, the high schooling system, year 12 especially, is very intense, and it's almost like freshman year was a little bit of a step back because Knox taught me how to read, write, obviously, but just how to write a good essay, which a lot of kids over there, they still struggle with, so yeah.
And Sam, same question for you, although you graduated many years before Mike in 2009 when the KSA was just really starting to gain momentum. Did you feel that was the same thing regarding your sports and your academics?
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of academics, sort of the holistic approach that Knox takes puts you in very good stead for college in America. College system's a little different. You spend your first year sort of doing general studies as opposed to focusing on a major. And yeah, Knox prepares you extremely well for that. So academics are not really a problem. If you've managed to get through year 12, you'll be absolutely fine. And then in terms of basketball, it is different. It sort of reflects, Knox basketball style reflects the Australian basketball style, which is a bit different to the American style. But at the same time, things like strength and conditioning, fitness, just general basketball IQ, you're very well prepared for going over to the States in those respects.
Cool, and last question for both of you. At what stage of your Knox sports careers Did you think that there was an opportunity worth going for? I mean, was it sort of year 8, year 9 you thought maybe, or was it the later months of year 12 that you really thought it was going to come to fruition? I know you both represented New South Wales for a number of years in the representative basketball. At what stage of your Knox years did you think that maybe this was something that was going to become a profession?
Probably the start of year 11. And it's hard because you really don't know sort of how good you're going to be, what your potential is, until you get to sort of the later years of high school. But you do need to start preparing for college, in terms of the classes you take, making the right arrangements, getting in contact with people and things like that. So you can never sort of start too early, but at the same time, you need to have a realistic approach in terms of your basketball ability. So it was about year 11 for me.
Mike, same question?
Yeah, mine was around, it was probably a little bit earlier when I saw Sam starting to go through the process. So around year 8, year 9, it was something that I wanted to do, and then around year 10, 11, 12 was something that I thought was maybe a realistic goal. But yeah, just seeing Sam go through it, it made me want to do the same thing. Be like him. So sweet.
And I guess for the last two, sort of what am I looking for? A leaving note, whatever the word is, a final word about the kids that'll be reading this next week in the bulletin. What is it that you think is a good bit of information that perhaps you could pass on, or you would have liked to have known when you're a young student athlete at Knox within the basketball or the sports program? Something that perhaps you didn't realise, but probably would have taken heed of if you knew it at the time.
Probably sort of people tend to get a little too serious about sports earlier on in their careers, especially at sort of high school. I would definitely advocate taking a sort of a holistic approach to all sports, trying to play as many sports as you can up until sort of your later years of school, not sort of cutting yourself off from opportunities too early. Because despite the fact that basketball has given me some great opportunities, I think the fact that you play other sports and that you do other things, extracurricular activities and things, really does help you in the long run as sort of a full person, a complete person. So definitely don't sort of get too focused on one thing too early in your school career.
Good answer. Nike?
I would probably say, I've made a few words, but I'll just say trust the system of what Knox has, both sport, academically, everything. We have the infrastructure of what a lot of the colleges have over there. We have the coaching staff as good as a lot of the coaches over there, and we have teachers and all that. So I think you just got to trust the system. The coaches are going to put you in a position to succeed, and if you just do the work, then I think you'll really see dividends coming off. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, boys. Excellent.
Coach Brown.